And when you talk in the microphone, you look fantastic.
My God, stop. I need heavier makeup on. You've got
I have really heavy makeup on. This,
right.
You have to hold it here.
Yeah.
Because it's just two girls talking.
Okay.
This is how we talk all the time with mics in
I
our.
always carry a mic with me.
You have a mic. You have a mic from the inside. Your mic is right here in your soul. That's right. I know. I love it. Who made that?
We have to look.
Okay.
I'm more just thinking about that when I was driving.
Who made it?
Yeah, I want to get another one.
Okay, I'll get one for you.
You have children to raise. You need to buy me T-shirts.
Doing such a great job. Are we on?
Oh, we got the bullshit meter.
Oh, I know. This is for our game.
Oh,
It's for our game.
Okay.
This is Nancy Lee Grahn.
Oh, are we on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hi. Hi.
Hi, folks.
So
We're getting a lot of views.
Do
Yours
I
is going to get a ton
Okay.
of views. Yeah, because of the Julexis
Oh.
gang.
Oh, okay.
Let's
Are they,
just, like-
they're going to wait for me to say something
God, they're
completely
out of their
inappropriate?
minds. You can't be
So it
inappropriate.
can go viral.
You can't be inappropriate.
Me? Yes, I can. Go ahead.
No, you're honest and you're passionate, and that's like one
So
of my notes.
is this going? Are we?
Yeah.
Is this part? Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
we're just. So, but I
just
look at you,
talking.
or do I talk to them?
You could do whatever you
All
want.
right. Because
We talk to Tovin.
I am podcast. I'm a podcast virgin.
Yes. No, I've been talking Nancy into doing a podcast, and she's going to. So she's going to have some questions for you, Tovin.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you, Tobin.
But she's very intelligent. She has a lot to
I'm
say.
extremely intelligent.
Yeah,
I'm
we've known
Mensa.
each other and opinionated, which has a bad connotation these days. I think
Yeah.
it's phenomenal. Have an
I'm
opinion.
a communicator. How
You're a
about let's
communicator.
put it that way.
But
I
you
like
have
to
an
communicate.
opinion.
Yes, I have many.
Yeah, and what's wrong with communicating that? If you were a man, they'd go, "Yay, you're passionate. You care about
I
people."
don't think. Do they? Well,
Yes. Yes.
yeah. I mean, I would like to think that we've
Evolved.
evolved. Well, we have. We just. I mean, if you want to talk about how we haven't evolved, this whole. And we don't have to get into this, but this whole election, to me, the biggest problem was the misogynistic factor. Because if Hillary had been a man, she would have easily won.
That's a very interesting point. We talked about that at
Yeah.
work. I don't care what you say. I purposely don't make this show political.
No, but I'm just making
I know
a
I
point
want you,
about
but I
the
want you to talk-
gender, because I think that we have evolved a lot. Because I have never,
Yes.
yeah,
No, I'm
Yeah.
not scolding you for that. I'm just saying that, and I especially
is that James up
have
there?
no idea what that is.
Is that James?
Jameson.
Jameson. I know it's Jameson. I call him James because
because I feel like you're on Twitter. You're so funny. You're so funny and intelligent, and really have a point of view. And I'm like, oh, it's going to be so great to have Nancy here, and we're not going to talk about politics, and it's going to be a romp. Like I
It's a
really
romp.
want to push that side of you, and also introduce to these folks too that you have to do your own podcast. You have to.
You say that.
No, because you
said that I
have an
should do that.
opinion, and you're very funny.
Well, I like to chat. I'm a chatty
You like to
one.
chat, yeah, but you're very funny, and that's one of the things in my notes is that I wanted to talk to you about comedy because you are so easy with it in your acting. Like I see you incorporate it a lot, not so much in your storyline that you've had for the last like maybe 2 years, but prior to that, like you just incorporate it, and I think I have an opinion about people who are funny. I think that there's a certain intelligence you have to actually be a funny person.
I think you just really want to laugh, and you like to laugh.
Mm-hmm.
I really think it's that simple, and I think that I think you find the absurdity to life in any situation, any given situation.
But not everyone does. See,
Well-
that's why you're funny. Yeah, see, because you're thinking but not everybody views it like that, and
I
that's why
also
you're a
have
funny
really,
person.
Really potent sense of humor about what we do.
As
I
actors or soap actors?
as both.
Okay.
I mean, we have to have a sense of humor about what we do. We play for a living. We make out with people for a living.
We're professional make-outers.
Right. So, but if you take it a step further and you look just within the confines of our medium, there's some stupid shit that happens.
Really?
Yeah. Do you remember when we were younger?
I do remember
would all
when
the
I was
time. I would
younger.
always go, my character would never say that. My
Oh
character
yeah, we don't
would
care.
never
We
say
don't
that."
care now.
Now we care.
We're like,
but you pick and choose your battles. So I use my sense of humor often when I think something is ridiculous and I have to say it anyway. So the only way to to have that kind of go in my brain and have my brain not reject it and not be horrified that the audience is seeing me doing something that I think is insanely ridiculous.
Yeah.
You use your sense of humor.
Yeah.
So,
well, I just remember this one scene that you had with Will early on. It was before I was on the show. And you came over and he was like naked, right? And you came over to serve him papers or something like that. And you just were here, and then to your bat, you just gave it to him like this, right? And that obviously, knowing what I know about way things are written, I knew was not in the script. And it was probably a very banal scene, not hitting on the writing, but just sometimes scenes are vanilla. Exactly. Yeah. Sometimes they're vanilla.
Well,
and
I like to do that.
What you made it, what Will made it was...
Well, I like to be creative when I'm working. I like to come up with things and think that I'm participating at a much grander level than I really probably, that Frank or anyone else probably appreciates. I like to come up with some... He does.
Yeah.
I like to come up with fun, interesting surprises. I like to surprise the audience because this audience is so freaking loyal. They're so insane for years and years and years. They're watching and watching and watching.
Right.
And, soaps can be predictable. You want to... what are you doing?
Look at that. It's crazy time, isn't it?
Oh my God.
Look at
you.
it.
You are the Jasmine tea queen.
I just really I am. I'm so
get-
happy
oh,
I've
you got
turned
that
you
at
on
the
to this.
tea place.
Teavana, yeah. Teavana.
In the Fashion Square Mall.
Yeah, there's one there.
I know.
Starbucks owns it now.
Oh, wow.
Nothing else to say.
Well, I like Starbucks, though.
Okay.
I think that's a good company.
Okay.
They do good things.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
They use GMOs in their products, but it's all good.
Well,
who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
I digress. You're talking about the audience being so loyal.
Oh,
and they are.
They deserve to,
have a good time.
Have a good time.
I feel that way too.
And to give them something they're not expecting to see.
Right. We're entertaining folks.
Yeah. Well, that's what we do.
Yeah, we're doing that. Now, I wanted to discuss the Julexises.
Okay.
Oh, God, I can't even believe Julexis. I'm glad I don't have a lisp. And
it would be fine if you did.
It would be completely fine.
Because there's nothing wrong with anyone who's got a lisp.
Nothing, but it would be... It would just be difficult to say.
Exactly.
And be hard. Now, those gals...
the Julexis.
I had when I come
they're
in on the
warriors.
show...
They're not gals. They're warriors.
Yeah, they're badass.
Yeah.
And when I came on the show, I called you guys Julexis because I didn't... But I was a huge fan of the two of you. And...
You were.
Yeah.
You were.
And I still am. And
I'm a fan of yours.
Oh, thanks. No, but I loved. Oh, there's my dog.
Hi, Natalia.
See?
Hi, Cookie. Hi, Cookie. How are you, sweetie?
Natalia, sarcasm is not a great trait.
Sarcasm is a way of masking deep pain.
Listen to Nancy. Okay.
How are you, my love?
Natalia, baby, you gotta go because you're a distraction because I love you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. From Nancy. You can have a hug from
yes,
Nancy.
I would love to
love
hug
you,
her.
baby. Mwah. Okay, I have 3 different things going through my mind right now to talk about. I'm talking about Julexis.
Yeah, the bullshit.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that will be cut out. Please, don't show what a horrible mother I am.
It's not. You're showing that she's a very good reader. She's she can read, and that was beautiful how you knew to pronounce that correctly.
It doesn't say that.
Don't call child services.
No one's calling
Okay,
child services.
I have. Okay, we're gonna let's talk. Okay, so the Julexis guys. Now, what I loved, why I organically was a fan. Like, I didn't know about the following. I did not know that it was such a passionate following.
Why do you think that is? Do you think that?
I'll
Okay.
tell you why.
All right.
Because your character is very strong, and
And she needed very much to get laid.
yes,
In a
she
good
needed
way.
love.
Yes,
She needed
she
love.
needed love. Oh,
And
shoot.
she can't hear.
There-
She can't
dear.
hear.
We are fine, good mothers.
She
We're known
hear.
for our expert mothering skills.
she first of all, I think it's a lot of people who just love Alexis. And when you play a woman who's so smart and passionate and oh God, probably better words for it.
Confused.
Confused,
Flawed.
And there's also something about the way that you are as an actress. It's very honest, and I think that women would tend to go, "That's me," because you're bringing something else to the table besides
Well,
just playing it.
That's
And I
thank
watch
you.
and I watch Alexis, and I can go, I would react like that. That's me, and it affects you. Natalia, please don't, baby. I love you so much. Please don't. Okay, you'll get a little extra something, bribes.
Right, I brought- yeah.
So, but you emotionally, you as an actor, emotionally hook in to people. And so now she's getting this man and she's so affected by him. And the thing that I noticed about it was that this strong, independent, passionate woman, flawed, they're all flawed, but that was just brought to her knees by this guy.
But
And I
doesn't
loved
that
that.
happen? And
It does.
Thank you for all those nice things you said. But I do think that Alexis is relatable, and I'm taking me out of the equation. It's the character.
But somebody else could play it, and it wouldn't have the same. I
Well,
can say
she
that
has
about you. You're not going to say that about you.
not gonna say
but
that
it's
about
true.
me.
Of course, you're not. But as a viewer of your work, you're honest, and it's what you're bringing to the table.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And what you said, I think, is really interesting because that we're all strong women. I think most women are strong. They handle so much. They do so much. I mean, if you want to get something done, you ask a woman. 87% of the women called. I'm not bringing politics. I'm just making a point.
You can.
They called Congress and they made the calls, and any change that happened as a result in the last 3 months happened because 87% of the women are the ones that called. So I think women. I always say, if you want something done, ask a woman or a gay man.
Oh, a gay man
Yeah.
too.
So yeah, I really do. I think they are the doers and the movers and the shakers and the truth tellers and all of those things. But
Innovative.
when it comes to a guy, all us great women tend to lose our shit. It just happens. It still happens to me.
And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful
when
thing.
you get that goo-goo eye thing, when something just, you get that
And you're like,
thing, and I act so dumb. And
You
so,
personally or
it's
Alexis?
like I'm stupefied. Both of us. Both of us. And I think, don't you get like that a little
Oh
bit?
God, yes. And sometimes I'm.
Look what you
did.
managed.
I did recently, and I left I had to get out. I was like, I got to go because I couldn't believe the way I was giggling, and I couldn't finish my sentences.
I was
And-
doing the same thing
Yeah.
recently, and I'm like flicking my hair.
Yeah, I
you
know. It's beautiful, though. Don't you love it?
No,
No, but I think it's we're alive, and I think it's a very cool thing.
Yeah, I guess.
I think if we don't
I thought
have
I was
that,
dead. It does show
No.
you that you're not dead. Alexis thought she was dead, so there are
Yeah.
similarities, and she's
Yeah.
clearly not dead. So, but it makes me stupid, and I don't like to be stupid.
Yeah,
It
but
makes
that
me,
but that's
like-
how you that was the thing that I loved in the story is that she was
Yeah.
fighting it.
But I think that is realistic.
Yeah.
And I think that
Yeah.
you guys out there, I mean, doesn't it happen? I mean, the ones that have been married and are, for 100 years, and
But
they're
sometimes they
comfortable.
feel
but
it
when
with
you get
somebody
that
else.
new thing,
Yeah. So, but sometimes they feel the new thing with somebody else.
and you and I
there's
get
that.
nothing but new things because we've never been married. It's
Great. It's just a
we like the
succession of new.
honeymoons.
The
marriage thing.
I know. Real. I was thinking of that. I'm like, we just like that feeling, and then okay, and then we're done, and then we
No,
go on
well,
to
it's
another
not
one.
Done. I mean, mostly
It's whatever.
people get done with me.
No, they don't. Fuck
well,
no.
I can
no one's
totally
done
understand
with you.
that. I can totally understand that.
I wanted to. We're not gonna. I have a note here. Our vaginas. We're not gonna talk about our vaginas.
Michelle.
Okay, that's off the table.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about our vaginas.
Okay.
I mean,
Unless
really,
you want to.
No, I don't
Okay.
want to talk about my or yours or anyone else's.
You want to talk
vagina.
about
other
somebody
than they're
else's?
lovely, wonderful. Who we love our vaginas. They're very. That's
Okay,
it,
I did
Michelle.
some. I
We're
did
not
some.
talking-
I did, and I cut this. I cut this. So
Oh, it's
so
fine.
every now and then you'll. Nancy, can we
Yes.
talk about Julia from Santa Barbara?
Yes.
Because I was doing
Oh,
some research,
So sweet.
and it's almost God. I want to say one of the first very she wasn't an anti-heroine, but who was an independent. She played and she was an attorney, an independent. She was like one of the first new types of heroines in daytime. Am I correct?
Yeah, because this was a while ago, and
This was like
went out to contract a guy to have a baby.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
which was a new storyline on soaps that hadn't been done.
yeah, and it was huge.
And then, of course, they fell in love,
They fell in love, and it was.
and then they started having sex in the dressing room.
Do you? Yeah. Do you think that
We work 16 hours a day. We were bored, and you know,
you got to find it where you can? That was documented on the internet, by the way.
it's fine.
It's
that's
fine.
not a secret.
Yeah, no, it was
not
on
a
the
secret.
internet,
And it's
so
funny,
it must
and
be
it was
true,
a long
right?
time ago. Yeah, I mean it's fine. We're both single people. Why should if you're 16 hours a day, 5 days a week? Where else are you going to have sex? You need to
Was
have
it
it in the
fun?
dressing room.
Was it
yes.
fun? Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was good.
I wish I could outwardly say an experience that I had, but I can't.
You can't. Oh, okay. It's
I wish I could. It wouldn't
It's
be
not
right.
like we were cheating.
No.
Although I was dating Sam Behrens too at the time.
And did you hit that in a dressing room too?
Over at General Hospital. I mean, not at the
Which
same
one?
time. Not at the same
Which
time.
one? Which one?
Jeez.
Which dressing room?
Oh, I don't remember. It was at. It
Was
was,
it mine?
at. No, it was Gower Sunset.
Oh, it was the
Yeah,
other
was
place.
back
It was the
yeah.
other place.
Yeah.
Can I talk about? I may cry. Okay.
Okay.
Because I'm a crier.
I know.
No.
I know. You
So-
cried the other day when we had lunch.
But then you start crying too.
I'm a crier too.
Nancy, do you remember where we first met? Do you remember?
Yes. Oh,
I don't remember.
yes, I do.
I was trying to
We
rack my
were
brain.
doing a cover for Soap Opera Digest.
Is that it?
There were four
Like
of us. or
4
something.
women or something?
And this is when they had money, and
yeah.
there was lots of
When there was
cameras and makeup people
Yeah.
and hair
Oh,
people.
God,
and
yeah,
I was in family
stylist.
court, and I was.
Was that the first time?
Yes, I think it was. It might have been. And you were, just having to listen to me because I was.
I
was
had
so
no
shaken
problem.
up.
I
couldn't-
remember somebody said that I had a problem with it, and then you
Hold on.
called me,
Yeah.
and I was like, that I absolutely did not say that.
No, I felt badly that I was bringing my personal life
kidding?
into it.
It was
So
you
I
were
was
you
so
were in
devastated.
you were
I
in
was so
hell.
devastated.
You
saw
were in
me.
hell.
I was in hell.
Yeah.
So that was the first time.
That
And
was
you
it?
Were you were good. You were so good to me. You were listening and tolerant, and you were like, "What the hell?"
Well, I went to it was.
So I think that was the first time.
Was that it? Okay.
That's the first time I think we talked. Other than that, we were over the years. I'm sure. Hey.
At those luncheons and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Nancy invited me to. Already, Nancy invited me to this event up.
That's
in,
where we became friends.
Yeah, up in San Francisco for lung cancer and
A Breath Away from the
benefit.
Cure, Bonnie Adario Foundation. They are the leaders in lung cancer. She has done ridiculously amazing things. Go on her website, follow her, donate money, do whatever.
What is it again?
The Bonnie Adario Lung Cancer Foundation.
How do you spell it?
ADDARIO. And it's
I would
also
spell it
under
wrong.
A Breath Away from the Cure.
Oh, okay.
So anyway,
I went there with her, and then it was while I was doing the trying to have a baby, and I was on the phone with the doctor, and I said his name, right, and I was just saying, Nancy, oh, I have a doctor's appointment, I have to go, and she's like, I know that doctor, he's a fertility specialist. Are you having a baby? So like, I didn't know that you knew his name, right? And that happened to be the doctor who hit on me.
I know that
But
was really
that's okay.
not
That's,
okay.
That's another story.
Yeah.
That's another story
That
for
is
another time.
completely inappropriate, but go
Completely.
ahead. But well, so
But then Nancy was so. I just have to say, Nancy was from then on. Nancy was so supportive
no, don't.
and such a good friend and so lovely and checked in with me a lot. And as another single mom, cared so deeply about what I was going through, and it was really incredible. And forever you will be. When people are there for you.
Can I just tell you something?
Hell,
Can I
you
just tell you
remember.
something? I understand wanting a baby. I think any woman who wants a baby should have one, no matter what your circumstances are.
Any human being.
Now, I had another plan. I mean, I had sperm in the bank, and that was my plan. My ex-boyfriend moved to the East Coast, and I wasn't going, and he said, what do you want? I said, I want your sperm and leave it in the bank. And so that was the plan. But then I met somebody, and so that's how that happened. But I would have died unhappy without a child, and nothing was going to stop me from doing it. And I knew how hard, you told me, the desire that you had to have a child, and I would do anything to help you or any other woman who really wanted to be a mother, because I think there's no greater thing in the world. So I wasn't going to let you not have that. I was going to do whatever I possibly could because I knew you wanted that, and that was so. You were so focused and so truthful about it, and so. How could you not? I wanted this for you so much, and then look what you did, and then you did it again. And you had a really hard time.
I still do. I still do.
Right.
Still have a hard time.
And it's worth it. It's worth every
It is.
second of it. And it's just, and I so admire you. You are such a badass. And you did what I would have done, and what I would hope any woman would do.
Well, it's really what you did, and without getting into what a warrior you were. As Kate was growing up and protecting her the way that you did.
Right. I had a very a difficult family court situation, and I learned what ended up happening was
so smart the way you handled it.
Well, it was all day, all night, and I had a group of angels come in, and without them, I wouldn't have won my case.
And they're in your life; they'll be in your life forever. Those people.
Oh, I'll
forever.
I am indebted to them forever. I can never repay them for what they did and the help that they gave me. And I'm not talking about the lawyers. I'm talking about my friends who were smarter than the lawyers.
Yeah.
I work for the Center for Judicial Excellence to help mothers and fathers on occasion to find justice in family court, which is very difficult. I spent $1 million in family court.
You're not even saying that as a hypothetical. You literally $1 million.
Cash, more, a little more than that. The system just takes your money, and I can't. It's not, and it wasn't even about the money. I would have sold my house. I would have done anything.
No, of course.
But
imagine people can't do that.
Exactly. So I had the advantage. I had the advantage, and I had a team of friends that were, human resource experts in human resource, experts in criminology, experts in a lawyer, a friend of mine. They would come out, donated all of their time. They were literally angels. I felt like the universe dropped these people in my life, and they sacrificed everything in order to protect and help Kate and me in return, because anything that benefits Kate benefits me.
Of course.
And it was for about 4.5 years, and I remember because Guza was doing the custody story on General Hospital at the same time, and I begged him to stop, but he wouldn't do it.
Were you in it?
Yes.
Oh shit! That's too close to home.
And it was in Sonny, the character of Sonny, who is a highly amoral, he's a
mobster.
He's a mobster, and he does bad things, and he had gotten custody, and somehow the writing was turned around where Alexis looked like the alienating parent, and all of the things that are so wrong with the system.
It's hard.
And I said to Goose, I said, I can't do this. Anyway,
really
enough on that. But,
no, it's an interesting topic, though. It's very interesting about what do you change and what you don't. It's an interesting argument. Let's talk about Kate, because she's the
love of my life, heaven on a stick.
Really, this girl is phenomenal. There's nothing wrong.
Well, all our kids are phenomenal.
Yeah, but some you're like, that's a cool kid.
Everyone's kid is phenomenal.
I'll say
everybody's delicious.
Everybody's kid is phenomenal to them,
yeah,
for sure. But I'll say Kate is pretty extraordinary.
You're a little prejudiced. I would say the same thing about yours.
Thanks. I agree, though.
You know what? She is a good kid.
She's amazing. A great student.
So when I realized
so smart.
She's smart. She's a smart girl.
When
I found out, when I was pretty shocked to find out I was pregnant. But when I was literally writing her name in the sand for years.
Yeah, I remember you telling me
Catherine
that.
Grace in the sand. And, I wished for her really hard, and I didn't know how I was going to have her. But I remember I was renting Jed Allen's beach house, where she was conceived, out in Oxnard, this beautiful place. And Jed Allen was on Santa Barbara. And I went, oh my God, I'm pregnant, right? I looked at my stick and I went, oh my God. And I went out on the balcony and I literally looked up, and I know it's going to sound cuckoo, but it's true. I literally looked up in the sky, because I wish on stars all the time. And I looked up and I saw a star and I said, Catherine Grace, if you're ready for me, I am so ready for you. And the star shot across the sky from right to left. Amazing. So I call her my shooting star.
Amazing.
So she was very kind to come to me, because I was asking for her for a long time. She didn't have to, but she did.
Yeah, but I mean, you're a pretty great prize. Like, if I was looking for a great mom, I mean, look at everything you've done for her.
Thank you again. Same to you. And also, I come from a line of really good moms. Mm-hmm. So it's an heirloom that's gotten passed through many generations. Mm-hmm. So I'm the lucky one.
It's a really interesting thing about that, too, because I was having this discussion about genetics. Was it with you? Oh,
Maybe.
Shoot. It was at
our lunch. Yeah.
And, but I've had it before. But you learn. I truly believe that you learn from the people around you.
Yeah.
And, like my daughter and her little sarcasm.
Oh, where does she get that from?
And her, because sometimes she'll say stuff and I'll go, that's really mean-spirited. I was trying to be funny. I'm like, well, then we have to work on your comedy. So now it's turned into, I've been working on my comedy, and so she'll come in with this attitude, but they learn. So Kate is definite. She is who she is for sure, but she's a reflection of you as well.
She is. She's always been musical, so, and we would have dance night every night since she could stand. And even before, there was always after dinner there was a half hour of dance.
Just the two of you.
And my nanny.
Okay.
Naughty.
That's
the Guatemalan Mary Poppins, who is up there with my dad. She's, oh my God. She was the greatest.
Yeah.
She was just the greatest.
Yeah.
So loving. And she loved my daughter.
So lucky.
Just the way I wanted her to.
Yeah,
and,
so lucky.
And so anyway, so Kate's been, because I waited a long time and everyone knew how much I wanted Kate, I had so much support when I had her. I mean, I had, I don't know. Okay, I had a C-section at Cedar Sinai, and my ex-boyfriend Matthew was there, and Lisa DeCouzeau and Pam Fryman, who is she's the James Burrows of sitcoms. Everyone knows Pam, and my parents, my mom and dad. Who else was there? 1, 2, Pam. Five. So there, we all go together, and they're all suited up in their surgical gear, which is the greatest picture I have. And they're wheeling me into, they're following with me. And the nurse goes, I don't know what you guys think you're doing, but there's only one person allowed.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, Cedars-Sinai, that's a law. That's a rule. So just the father. And my mother goes, there is no father. And so the anesthesiologist, Dr. Lee, he just looked, he literally went like this because it was 4 in the morning.
No way. They all
he
came
went,
in.
Just come in.
No, I'm shocked.
Oh, it was so great.
It was like a Mardi Gras.
It was
in your
so
C-section.
great.
That's
so
phenomenal.
Pam, the famous director, filmed it. I had Matthew on one
Did
side.
she really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And I need bangs. I did not look good in that, hat they put on me. That was not.
Fringe.
I said she could have done some better lighting for someone as gifted as she.
I know, right? She was
Anyway.
too emotional. She was too close to the situation.
And my ex is like just watching my organs be put on a pan, and he's like,
right?
so I'm
Yeah.
sweating. And he's going, it's fine. And Lisa, it was the most beautiful, beautiful moment. And then my parents cut her cord together.
That's beautiful.
It was so lovely. So she came into the world with that.
So
She's
much
got
love.
13 godmothers. She has 6 godfathers. We had so much goodwill. So really, we're just so lucky.
Yeah.
But she's a good girl. She's got great integrity.
Yeah, she really does. And I always got the feeling from her.
And she can sing.
Yeah, she has an amazing voice. And how many instruments does she play? Like
She plays guitar and
piano.
She's at USC. Well, they she's a freshman, and they're in this music program is the #1 program in the world.
I think that
it's very small, but they learn piano, and she's
pretty
doing
much
drums
known
now.
Oh, really?
So she's drumming to
That's
Led Zeppelin,
great.
and so yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it's cool.
That's incredible. But I always got the feeling from her that she, like, I talked to her about things that were going on at school, like weird girl stuff, right? And she didn't get affected by it.
Oh, sure she did.
Well, no, but in the sense that she did.
Right.
Like her feelings got hurt, but she didn't go, okay, I'll be that to fit in.
No.
Like she knew that this was silly.
Yeah,
and she
she
had
did.
her eye on some other prize. I always got the feeling.
She has a real authenticity about
Yeah.
her. There's nothing false about Kate, and she came in that way. It has nothing to do with me. And she has her middle name is Grace, which is my favorite word in the English language, which is why that's her middle name. And Kate I like because it was strong, so she had the strong and the gentle. But she has organic, innate grace, and I learned from her. Because I can get, as you all know, I can get feisty and I can
Good,
get
but it's
goofy.
good.
She's an old soul. She also has had some challenges, which that can be hers to share if she ever wants to, and that helped. We raise compassionate children because we believe in kindness. So that's where it stems from. But she understood what it's like to not have everything come so easy. And she's had experiences that I think make her sometimes a little more mature than other kids.
Yeah.
On certain levels.
I know.
And it's also her nature. She's
But it's-
just good but she was rejected from the popular girls because which is what happens because you're all together and Kate's not Kate doesn't need all all the attention on her unlike her mother, so
You don't need all the attention.
No, I don't, but I just it's an actress thing. I think to an extent we all kind of like that, but
we like to give out to others, therefore we want attention because we're giving out to others.
or we just want attention.
I don't think we're as narcissistic as a lot of people like to.
I think
I don't think you
there are
are.
elements of I hope I'm not narcissistic. I do have an ego that I have to constantly
Healthy.
balance, and no, sometimes it's not so healthy. But she's got a healthier ego than I do. I have learned over the years to balance mine, and then when you become a mother, you're not thinking about yourself anymore.
know,
it's
like,
all them.
You're
you
not.
know.
And I fought that in the beginning because I was so used to, because I had my
Well, it's
kids
just
so
us.
late.
Me too. It's
and my
just
kids so
us.
late, and I
Yeah.
was already, and I fought it for a while, and now I'm in. Nothing's ever about me, and I,
Yeah.
I don't even want it to be about. What I mean is like just living your life at your own pace and your own speed in your own way, and it's like that just can't be done anymore.
And it's nice.
It
to
can't
have
be
somebody
done.
else come first. I felt
right?
a real sense of
It's
relief
boring.
when that
It's
happened.
Absolutely, it's fucking
I was like,
boring.
oh, I don't have to think about myself anymore.
Yeah, because I do. I have some girlfriends, have kids, and I'm like, oh wow, that's how that is now. You don't have. I wouldn't go back to it in a second. I have fun complaining about it, and it's funny, and that's kind of the shtick. Yeah. But how they've sucked the life out of me, and will continue to. But it's a kind of rich. I wanted to experience life. I think it's important to experience life, and that's what I wanted to mention when you were talking about Kate. Is that all the stuff? It's her path. It's her life.
It is her.
And what's happened with her.
Yes, it is her path, and she. It's going to help create good music.
Absolutely.
It's she. I think too when you're loved, and you're loved well. Regardless of whether you have one parent, two parents, three parents, two mothers, two fathers, just an uncle, whatever it is, if you are loved, and they're unquestionably loved,
yes,
unshakably loved, unflappably loved, you will be fine. Mm-hmm. You'll be fine no matter what your circumstances. Mm-hmm. And she's lucky. She has a mom with a good job. She has. I have my extended family. I would die for. So I think that that raises good human beings.
It's truly all you need. I was just talking about this with a friend of mine last night that I was talking to him and he's going through a tough time, right? And I said, if somebody would have told me while I was going through that whole baby thing that you're going to get what you want and it's going to work out. Mm-hmm. It's going to work out. Don't worry, you're going to get what you want. Nobody said that to me.
Well,
and of course,
I wish somebody had. Because,
yeah, right. Yeah. But that's an equivalent of don't worry. Like it's an equivalent of being loved. Like just like our kids, they need validation that they're doing the right thing.
The first words that I said to Kate, and this was calculated and planned when they put her in my arms, I looked at her and I said, "All is well." So, and then it turns out, we never really talked about that too much. That was just something that, I wanted her to hear that first. Mm-hmm. And so she is a Harry Potter freak. I mean, nothing enchanted this child more than Harry Potter. Mm-hmm. She, the books, she would devour them, the movies, besides Friends, she knows all the lines to every episode of Friends and to Harry Potter. And the last line in Harry Potter is all's well. Oh, isn't that cool? Oh, but I've done a lot of work, a lot of spiritual, fits and starts, and because I'm looking for that connection to heaven and earth, always searching for that. Yeah. And when I had Kate, that was it. Yeah. That cemented that connection between heaven and earth. Yeah. So the reason I'm saying that is because I think you can't get it wrong in this lifetime. Mm-hmm. I think it's all going to work out. Mm-hmm. It's all going to align itself at some point. If you could just know ahead of time that things are going to orchestrate as they do, and everything's going to turn out. Everything's going to be fine. Mm-hmm. We just can't define what fine is. Right. So, because maybe some of the angst that you felt and the fear that you felt and the worry that you felt may have prolonged it.
I kind of don't. I know she's so amazing, and she said so many amazing things, and I kind of feel like this game that I have is a degrade to like how incredible.
This isn't so incredible. It's just
no. It really is
how we talk.
You should have seen Will. No, I'm just kidding. I just said that for.
But he's got great abs.
And you want to talk about him?
Grab you and kiss you.
Yeah,
he does.
Listen, I have told you this, but he is an actor who is not afraid to be vulnerable. And it's very rare in a man. They get very like, I'm not going to fall to a woman. A woman
Right.
wouldn't make
No,
me.
he was
And
really
he's
good
very-
about that.
Yeah,
About
he's
just
amazing.
acting like he was really in love with her.
Yeah, and then
you know, and he
nasty sex.
he got me all sexed up. It was good.
Yeah.
I was like menopausal before he got there.
It's phenomenal.
Sweating, going, I'm
Yeah,
dead.
that's ridiculous. No one wants to see Alexis like that.
Well, Frank did that.
oh.
Frank came in and he
Never
said,
mind.
"Why are you
Oh, Frank-
sweating?"
Frank didn't- yeah, he
Goes,
changed
You're
that.
not sweating on my watch.
Thank you.
And
I
he
didn't
brought
know
in a hot guy
that.
and got me all sexed up. That's Frank.
Yes. We don't want to see our strong heroine. Things are drying up. We don't want to see that. Jesus, I swear.
And by the way, they have laser surgery for that now. If you want to just have a brief conversation about vaginas, yeah, they have a Mona Lisa.
Okay.
So,
Laser
this is information
surgery.
Women, women our age should know about. Yes,
That they go
Although
in with
it's-
the laser
although
and
it's
get and
expensive,
stimulate
not covered
and
by
get
insurance.
Oh, of course
even
not.
though all of the
because it
men's
has to
stuff
do with
is covered by-
vaginas.
right.
And even though, yeah.
So there, I told you I'd get
Tobin's
in a little thing about a vagina.
Thank
and there you go.
you.
Mona Lisa,
Tobin-
ladies, check it out.
Okay, because we all want to have a good time. Why should sex
For women
end?
in their 40s, 50s,
Why
and
should it
up.
be bad? Why should it end? I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm more hormonal now
Yeah.
than I ever was in my younger years.
How hormonal? How?
Like I just
Oh, okay, I now know what that means. Yeah,
seriously.
yeah. Yeah, I understand.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's almost like
But
like
can I
I'm
just tell you
a late
something?
bloomer. Okay, I hope this game is good.
Well, let's just play it and see. What is it?
All right, it's called bullshit. It's
Okay.
called, and it's based on if you get a message from a gentleman caller.
Yeah.
All right, and is it real or is it bullshit? That might be dried up food.
No, it's not. I'm just no.
okay.
It's not.
You never know at my house. Is it real or is it bullshit?
What do you mean?
Okay, I'm going to give you the scenario,
okay.
and you're either going to say
Oh,
bullshit
I see
or
what you're
not.
saying. Okay.
Okay, so you have a date with a guy.
Yeah. I don't
All
go
right.
on dates.
Okay, this is in the hypothetical.
Yeah.
You have a
hang
date with a
out.
guy.
I would. They appear magically. I meet them, and
And they
we
hang
just-
out at your house. They just arrive at
and
your
then
house.
it just happens.
It just happens.
There's nothing.
Amazing.
No formal dating.
Okay, but if you weren't you,
Anymore.
if you weren't you, and you had a date with a certain gentleman, and he canceled, and he said, "I'm so sorry, I had to put my dog down. I have to cancel." Is that true or is it bullshit?
Well, why would they?
What would you think immediately?
I would immediately think. Well, it depends on what kind of dynamic is going on between the two of us in the first place. So, is this?
It's new. It's new. And you have a legitimate date, and he cancels like right
I would
before
say
the date.
fine. That's great. Just
So you
bring
don't
the
think
vet
it's bullshit?
papers the next time we go out.
I'd
and
like to
the
see
death
invoices.
certificate of your dog, and we'll be good to go the next time.
And a notary public.
Right. And a notary. Right. Have it notarized.
Okay. Because I'm going to say,
Yeah.
I'm going to say bullshit
Okay.
because people nowadays, by the way, are lying that big. Like back in the day, maybe 15 years ago, seriously, maybe 15, I'd be like, oh, no one would ever lie about death. That would be so evil.
Pretty specific.
Yeah, like that would be horrible. But I have an assistant who's like 27. She said, "Oh no, that's what they do now. Like we've come into a new era of social media and fabrication of who we are, and
Yeah.
and that people are lying big about death. Like in my world, you never say, "Oh, my mom is sick," you know,
No.
because you're now putting that.
But here's the thing, too. If you don't want to go out with me, that's not a problem.
Yeah, you're okay with it.
I'm
Exactly. We're
perfectly okay with that.
I'm okay with it too.
So,
I mean,
but
don't
when
you
I,
think,
how
is
many
it an
times?
age thing? Is it an age thing that we're like, yeah,
Yes.
whatever?
Yes,
it's
of
age,
course.
right?
Yeah, it's
because now I'm like, all right,
Yeah, it's you know.
oh, you don't want to know. You
it's
no
hard to
longer
hurt-
want to date me.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's harder to hurt my feelings now.
Is it?
'Cause I don't-
Is it? Are we jaded
No,
or is it just?
no.
'Cause
We're
I-
more sensible.
I know. I
And
actually think it's the opposite.
What
of
other people
jaded.
think of me is none of my business.
It's not our business. I don't care. And I don't think it's jaded like I have tough skin now. I think, oh, okay, well, thanks for being honest. I'm on to the next
right
now.
Right.
I'm now on to the next guy because, as
Or
I've said
not,
before,
or not onto any guy.
or-
I'm
or
fine
not-
with or without.
yeah, well, clearly,
So-
and I am too. Clearly,
Well, we'd
we're
be awfully
clearly
miserable
fine.
if we weren't okay with that.
And we have plenty of sex, and we're totally fine. But I'm okay, great. I'm not your cup of tea.
I
No,
think that's
yeah.
emotional and mental maturity.
Yes,
Nothing more.
Thank you, Tovin.
Yes, that is.
Yeah,
correct.
it is. It's there's very little other this, that, and I should wear this and my boobs and
That
you know.
I have to.
We
say
don't care
I'm a little-
anymore.
Well, when you kind of are liking someone or you interested in someone, I find myself reverting back to some bad habits. So I'm looking forward to working through that.
Only it's something new to work through. Yeah, because something new has entered your life
because
and you go, wow.
we can check
Yeah.
ourselves now,
Yep.
and I noticed that
Right.
immediately you go to old, immature patterns,
Right.
and you start looking at things,
Yeah. But it's
Differently.
great to be able to see that.
right? And also things change. If you're married, it changes. Somebody's watching you change organically. If you're starting a new relationship, I feel that I would be best just having sex on my back now.
On your Nothing wrong with that. I'm all for that. I'm all for that. Okay, next one. When a man, he's Jewish. This
Yeah.
man.
Okay.
Okay. Now pretend you're not Jewish.
Okay.
Okay. So when a man is Jewish, he's Jewish, and he says that he can't date you because you have a grown child, and he would feel like he's being a dad to this child.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe him?
I wouldn't go out with this man, Jewish or not. I mean, what a ridiculous comment to make.
I know.
It's absurd. I don't want some man to be the father of my
Go.
child.
Okay, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Now this happened to a friend of mine. Okay, and she's a Gentile. He's Jewish, and he said to her, "I can't date you because you have grown kids, and I feel like I'd be." I said, "That is such bullshit." I still think
It may not be bullshit, Michelle. It may be the truth, but why would you want to go out with him? He sounds horrible.
He's horrible. He's horrible. But I always feel like, and tell me if this is true. Like in the Jewish religion, the men still feel like I gotta be with another Jewish gal.
I grew up in Skokie, so my mom is Jewish. I was baptized and confirmed because my father was Lutheran, and so we went to this church about looking at the leaves. It was so non-churchy, and so I was confirmed, and then everyone in my family decided that why are we going here? And I kept saying, why am I singing a song and asking for mercy? I didn't do anything.
I know. All the
Anyway, so I grew up in a totally Jewish neighborhood. Everyone's Jewish, and we were the only house with Christmas lights. So there was one boy whose parents wouldn't let him go out with me because he was Jewish. One out of the whole thing. But there was a lot of that, I don't get that.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in whatever floats your boat, as long as it's not hurting anybody else. You want to hear a really cool story?
Yes.
I
Do you
tell
have
people
a new one?
I have such a good one. So, and this is.
Okay, fuck this game because what she has to say is better.
Oh, I'm
than my
sorry.
fuck-
Oh
No,
no,
fuck my game.
This is
No,
what
that's the
happens
kind of person I am.
when we're just chatting.
That's
I'm
the
like,
kind of person
blah,
I am.
blah,
I don't
blah.
care. I have no.
No, but we
it's
can-
wherever it goes. I want to hear the great story.
because it'll make everyone feel good. And some people know this story already, and it's in Rebecca Rosen's book. She put it in there. So it was Rebecca Rosen, who John recommended, that I had a reading with 3 years ago.
Wow.
So and it's pricey. It was a private reading, and again,
Wow.
just lucky. I'm lucky, and so it was April 30th. And I had wanted to go on this African safari and I had researched, and Pam went, who's the most successful director in television. And, they went and showed me the pictures, and I want to go like that. I want to go like that. So I talked to the travel agent. We share a travel agent. And so the travel agent said to me, just this part that we've done so far is, and I'm like
it's swanky. It's like
yeah, daytime people don't make what nighttime people make, but we do very well, and I'm very grateful. I'm not complaining.
no, we're not.
But I'm just saying that was out of my league. Her school cost that a year, and her USC is. I mean, it's just
no.
Yeah. So anyway, we're lucky. I'm lucky.
It's all
Knock
good.
on wood.
It's all good.
And so anyway, so I went, well, it's not going to happen. I can't justify that for 3 weeks in Africa. And that didn't include airfare or anything else. So April 30th, I have this reading at 10 o'clock in the morning. So I put the picture of my dad, I put the picture of my nana, just trying to, and she said, okay, who's Robert goes by Bob? I said, oh, my dad. He's here. Okay, so April 30th, 10 o'clock in the morning, Rebecca goes, who's Bob? Robert, Bob, my dad. Okay, and who's your mom's mom? They're here. Are you thinking of going on a trip? Have you been thinking of going on a trip? And I said, yeah, but it's not going to happen. I can't afford it. She goes, well, your father I see him writing a check. Because she sees, I guess, images and things. And he said that he wants Kate and I to go on this so much. It's a soul expansion. And everyone wants to go, and they're going to orchestrate a way for you to go. And I'm like, great. Let me know. And so the reading goes on. She says other things. The next day, May 1st, 5 o'clock, I get a call from my homeowner's insurance fireman's fund. And she said, hi, this is Ellie. She used to handle my account 10 years ago. And then she moved on to something else. She goes, hi, it's Ellie. And I said, oh, hi, Ellie. I remember you. And she says, I have your account back. And I was going over it, and I see you've been paying for 2 earthquake insurance policies. So I said, yeah, because I had a lot of damage in the big earthquake. Yeah. And now there's a cap on our homeowner's insurance. Right. So the person that took over for Ellie said, we're going to give you another earthquake insurance policy to cover what this one doesn't. So I said, fine. And Ellie said, well, that's all fine and good, but it's illegal to have 2 earthquake insurance policies in the state of California. So you've been paying for 10 years. I went to the head of Fireman's Fund, and they agreed to give you $31,000 back.
Get out.
Yeah. No, this is on tape.
That's
I mean, I can't make this up.
Get out.
That's insane.
Now, doesn't that make you feel good?
That's insane.
See?
Truth, folks.
See?
Truth. These guys are able to cut through all the bullshit and just
well,
see the
there's a lot that can't and say things that are ridiculous and take your money, and I get it.
Well, yeah,
but this is a 30-year, search.
Oh my
but
God!
Come on, right?
Oh my God! We're gonna end with that. It's too good of a story.
Have faith.
I love you.
Have faith. I love you so.
Thank you for coming, and then look forward to Nancy Grahn's own podcast coming soon. I'm gonna make it happen for you guys.